Hi, my name's Ashley Johnson. I'm going to be working with a client named Donna. She's in her mid-40s. She's an middle-class female. She is currently a nurse. She works as a nurse manager in the operating room down at one of the hospitals around here. So she lives a very affluent lifestyle, but prior to this, she was not so much. She definitely grew up in poverty in the country, and her lifestyle was definitely different. She was married. She's been married twice. She has 4 children, two to each of the fathers, to each of the husbands. Both of them were not very good relationships. They were emotionally and physically abusive to both her and the children. Right now, she is currently in a new relationship. She's been in this new relationship for about 6 months, and they have just moved in together. But the kids are pretty leery of him just because of the previous emotional and physical abuse and also some fidelity issues. So today we will be doing some motivational interviewing with her. Hi, Donna. How are you today?
I am doing well. How are you?
Good. How was your week? How are things going with everything?
Oh, they're a little bit crazy.
Okay.
We had a really good couple of days. We golfed together and it was fun. We had sex. It was amazing. And then I left the gate open in the back when I let Fluff out, and Fluff is my dog, and he ran off, which he does all the time. It's not a big deal, and Zach went crazy, and he was like, "You left the GD gate open and this is your fault," and he was very, very angry and yelling at me like I had just killed 10 babies in the road. And then he just it's very punishing, but then when it's over he expects me to act like it never even happened, and it's awful. Like I'm supposed to just get over it.
So it really sounds as if he lets everything out, he blows a gasket, and then everything's fixed, but you've never been able to really positively express your emotions to him, and you're just kind of stuck, almost seething because you've had this big fight about something that he's reacted to something, and you're getting, this reaction, and now you're kind of stuck just being the soundboard instead of having a mutual conversation. Is that kind of what I'm hearing?
Yes, it is. And also, if I do get up the courage to say something like that I didn't like how he spoke to me, then he says that I'm causing unnecessary drama and that I am just, that he doesn't need this bullshit or my unnecessary drama. So it's my fault.
Okay. So is this kind of a normal thing? Does this happen? Has it always been in this since the beginning of the relationship?
About 3 weeks in, everything was great, and about 3 weeks in, he got very angry, and I don't remember what the reason was, but he threw a remote control across the room, and it broke.
Okay.
And I was like, ooh.
Yeah, of course.
And I told my friend about it, and she was like, that's a big red flag. And I remember it, and I said, I know, and I am choosing to overlook it.
Okay.
And so then it has just increased in frequency, and it's usually the cycle is every week. Sometimes it's every 2 weeks, but now actually it could be like every 3 days.
So we're kind of in a downward spiral of, good, something happens, there's a conflict, and then it spirals down, and then you kind of start back over is what I'm hearing. So as you can see, you said it was, 2 weeks, 1 week, 3 days now. Where do you see it happening? Where do you see this relationship going? Especially now that he's moved in with you, do you see a future of a husband, or do you see, adoption of your children? Do you, where do you see the two of you together?
I don't know. I feel bad for him.
Okay.
And I also, this is another relationship that didn't work.
Right.
If I end it, it's like, okay, look, I'm the common denominator here, and here's another guy where I couldn't make it work. And I'm actually really trying this time I think that some of the other times I wasn't all in, and I'm really trying and it's not working. So you ask where I don't see, I'm trying to get through the day or the week or the month, and I don't really have
there's really no future plan at this point. It's just kind of where we are where we are. Okay. What kind of things do you think have made all of your relationships, kind of volatile? I mean, what do you see as the common thread besides yourself? Because you said yourself. What kind of things in the relationship have you seen as your common thread to be the reason why they haven't worked out?
I think that I've dated some nice guys that are stable, but they kind of grossed me out. I just wasn't really that attracted to them, even though they were attractive, and I just kind of thought they were like wimpy type of guys who were passive aggressive. And my past two husbands and this guy are, I guess, more passionate.
So it sounds to me that you kind of equate, this masculine, almost aggressive, testosterone-driven man as, as what you feel and are attractive in a relationship, because that's what you're attracted to in a man. So you've said you've had you have a lot of fights. Is that kind of what happened in your other relationships? Okay. And you also said about some fidelity issues. Was that you, or was that on the, husband and relationship end, or was it kind of mutual?
My first husband, he cheated on me all over the place, and the boys were little. My second husband, I had affairs on him because I think I was so angry about him not being nice.
Okay.
And I wanted, nice attention.
Okay, so it sounds as if you're, kind of taking out your anger and using, that fidelity almost as a punishment to them, unbeknownst to them, obviously. That's kind of your way of coping with it. Mm-hmm. You said you were physically abused also. Was that just
a couple of times, and my son was involved in one of those times. So most of it is just
emotionally abusive. Mm-hmm. Do you think that has anything to do with your past, the way you grew up, or anything like that?
I think that really, honestly, moving Zach in, I might as well have moved my stepfather into our house, except he's younger.
Okay. So really, we're just kind of reenacting what your previous lives were. Have you ever been on your own?
No, I don't like that.
You don't like that? Mm-hmm. there a specific reason that you're scared in your home, or is it just that you like someone to be there at the end of the day and know that you have someone?
I cannot be alone. I can't.
Okay.
I can't. I don't know why.
Okay.
I've always been like that, even when I was a little kid. Like, I would just want to be with.
Okay. So that's not something that you see could be something that we could, alter or change about not having, a relationship or just trying to be on your own? You don't think
I think
that's
I think that would certainly be a healthy thing
right,
to do.
Of course.
But it is terrifying to me. But yes, of course, I'm a grown woman with a professional job.
Right.
And yes, of course.
Okay, so I know that, that would be really hard for you to have to, kind of be by yourself. So let's then focus on what we can do with your current boyfriend. There is, a lot of hostility, things of that nature. Let's look at some things that you could do differently when he reacts in a volatile way. Is there anything that you think that you could change? When he reacts, say if he gets really angry about Fluff going outside, instead of either backing off or engaging strongly, is there anything that you feel that you could do to talk to him?
I think that in the past I have just gone for a walk.
Right.
And then I get back and he just expects me to act like nothing happened. Okay. And I don't like that. So I think that bringing it up and insisting that we talk about it would be...
And I think doing so in a manner that's calm and collected would also help to show him that you're not flying off the handle also. And then he can kind of mirror your reaction, because if you fly off the handle, you probably don't even know what you're fighting about anymore, and you're just angry at this point. Mm-hmm. Because I think that you do need to kind of establish boundaries. You have moved this man in, you've only known him for 6 months. Establish what the boundaries of what you feel like are okay to be in your relationship. Things of that you don't expect him to be okay to yell at you. Like, that shouldn't be allowed in your relationship. And you need to kind of put up those boundaries. Do you feel that would be something that you could kind of at least think about?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I think then throughout the next week and, throughout this, maybe you can kind of come up with a mental list of some things that you think need to be implemented in a positive relationship. And we'll continue then to work on, your self-esteem, because I know we've had some issues with that. So I think we'll do that. How does that sound?
That sounds good.
All right.
Thank you.
Thanks.